Not everything can or should be cured. Some people are born with a condition that they not only learn to live with, but also celebrate as making them the person who they are. One such individual is Hayley, who was born with a form of dwarfism called achondroplasia.
People get a little bit like, yeah, you're, and I'm like, dwarf? And they're like, oh, can you say that?
Hayley was born with achondroplasia dwarfism, meaning her limbs are shorter than her trunk.
I'm 4 foot, and I'm proud of that, you know, I don't want to be any taller, I like that.
Achondroplasia is the most common form of dwarfism, causing shortened limbs and curvature of the spine. It's a congenital condition which affects up to 1 in 15,000 births. 9 out of 10 children with the condition are born to average-sized parents, though Hayley's dad is also affected.
I think it was about 6 that I noticed that I wasn't sort of growing as much as the other kids, and I was like, what's going on? I did come home and say to Dad, you know, I'm not as tall as the kids, and my dad said, well, no, you won't be because you got dwarfism, you know, you're special. You won't grow as tall as them, you won't grow as fast as them, you know, and my clothes I'd last for about 2 years, 3 years, where all the other kids were saying that they had to get new school wear and things, and I'd be like, oh, I've still got my same trousers as 2 years ago.
And Hayley hasn't let possible medical complications affect her positive approach to life.
I suffer from spinal stenosis, which is the narrowing of the spinal cord. So I get a lot of numbness in my legs, pins and needles in my arms and my hands. And when my legs quite bowed, a lot of my back and hip I have problems with as well. But I try and not let that get me down and carry on as normal. Whatever normal is. Hiya, you all right?
Hayley works in a garage as well as running her own dog grooming business, but often the biggest obstacle she faces is the embarrassment of others.
A lot of people, if they've not met a lot of dwarfism, or you go to a garage and suddenly you see me, like, just go, hello, you know, it's a bit, oh, hello, they're a bit shocked. They're like, oh, you know, there's a dwarf, or, you know, they don't know how to react sometimes. You know, I don't mind people asking questions, especially children, when they're very young and they ask, and I say, oh, it's because I didn't eat all my greens up. And then they'll say to their mum, I'm going to eat all my greens now. And, like, the parents are like, thanks for that.
And although she's currently single, Hayley's size isn't a big deal when it comes to relationships.
My first boyfriend was 6'2", and it was quite a picture walking down the street holding hands, because I was, like, literally holding a hand like that. But I didn't let it bother me, and neither did he. As they say, you're the same size in bed. My sex life is exactly the same. A lot of people who couldn't cope with being a dwarf, they had their legs lengthened. And if someone ever said to me, would you have that done? No way. I wouldn't change my world at all. And I'm proud of who I am.